Hola a todos, ¿cómo están? Sean bienvenidos a Yliaster con Media, y en esta ocasión estamos aquí en el sneak peek de Soul Fusion. Vamos a estar haciendo el deck profile de los Deskbots actualizado para este formato, realmente espero que les guste. So let's see what we got here.
Well, first off, we've got the 2-1s, just to go into all our synchro plays. We've got plenty that we can go in with all the levels that we have, just to us. And then the main core of the deck is 2 to special summon off of 3. So you special him, go into him, and then you can just go into crazy plays of adding into hand and then pendulum summoning. And then with these 2 cards, you can, once you pendulum summon out, you can get 4 out, and 4 is just a wall to get over, which will get over anything and set up your graveyard for plays like his second effect, which special summons from the hand or the grave. 3 5s because it's easy, just back row removal. And 2 6s just for the 1 scale. Ya todo esto. 2 7s, otro solo para los scales. No va a ser todo para, no va a ser mucho con ello. 3 8, porque 8 gets much bigger with the graveyard, so you start throwing in with 4 to set up the graveyard, and she just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And she can attack all of your opponent's monsters, or 2 of your opponent's monsters. 1 9 just to throw in with 4's effect. He's not really useful, he's not used too much, but it's just for him to set him up. 2 Ash Blossoms, just the hand traps for the negate. A Gamseo and a Santa Claus for Kaijus. +1, and it's just a regular Kaiju. 1 Droll and 1 Saurus and an Effect Veiler. Just your basic hand traps, just to get over things. Then we run 2 of the Field Spell, Deskbot Base. This is just to go off with 3's effect to get bigger with all of the plays. 3 Machine Duplications. This card's just crazy. You special summon 2 off of 3's effect. Special summon 2 off of 3's effect. Machine dupe him, fill your entire hand, and then you can just go off with pendulum plays and just steamroll the opponent. 1 Twin Twisters just to set up the graveyard and get rid of back row. Called by the 2 Called by the Graves, because this deck's really easy. If you negate the first summon with like an Ash or something, it shuts down for the turn, so the 2 Called by the Graves is really helpful. 2 Gozen matches, because they're all earth elements, and it just clears all nightmare blocks, any of that.
Oh my god!
And 1 back to the front, just to recover from your 4's dumping. Got him. Full Colossus. And un Colossus, for sure. El extra deck is 1 Naturia Beast, just to shut down all Sky Strikers. 1 Deskbot Jet. You won't go into it at all, but if you need an extra Deskbot monster on the field, and you have 1 and 9 on the board, it's just an easy synchro to go into. Clear Wing for the negate. A new Stardust. Same thing for the negate and the 25. You won't go into these too much. You'll mostly be using your just your main deck, but Mrs. Radiant just to clear monsters that are negated. They're just to get zones cleared. A Link Karibo to get into with 1 for if you need just the Link. Electromite for card draw and the Link zones. Genius you can use with Machine Dupe, and then you get all of the just plays that you can make with these 2 cards. Nightmare Mermaid just to get rid of Ibli. A Saryuja just for the card draw, the mulligan. 1 Gigan Nova you can go into this easily to just overlay into infinity just for the easy negates and just building up the overlays.
What I have.
Good job.
Which is the hardest match that you have ever played?
The hardest match, it's probably anti-meta. Because if you get one skill drain out on the board, then you just have a board of just small 500 attack defense monsters. You can't do much.
That would be terrible, yeah.
You just have to set them into defense and hope you draw into Twin Twisters or a 5 just to get rid of it. So anti-meta will just, most of the time, if you don't get enough back row removal with these two cards, you're not going to have a good time. And also, one of the best matchups is actually Goki, because they really can't do much. If they extra link you, before when they did extra link you, you're not using your extra deck as much as other decks are. So just because the extra deck monster is shut out, it doesn't make any differences. You can still just go in with your main deck plays and pendulum summon out everything and just steamroll them. The only thing to be wary about is Trigate, because like I said before, the only thing that really messes up this deck is just negates. That's why I'm running so many hand traps. I'm trying to get more.